Sugar, sugar, sugar. Spice, spice, spice. And everything nice.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Aria Allies. So this video is probably going to be posted not even on Sunday. It might be posted late Sunday or Monday, and that's just because I had like a lot going on, especially for like spring break and stuff, so I didn't really get like a lot of time to prepare a video for Sunday. That's kind of why this is going to be posted either late Sunday or like it's already late Sunday, so it's probably going to be posted on Monday most likely. But I actually wanted to start doing more videos like this, just to talk about like things that, like ways that I write in general. This is going to be a Project CR series, which is a series video, which is basically like me documenting me writing my manuscript. This is going to be just me kind of talking about things that I keep in mind. It can be with plot progression, characters, dialogue, or anything like that. So yeah, stay a while, get a tea or get something, and we're just gonna have a nice cute little talk. So today's video, if you can tell by the title or thumbnail, I just wanted to kind of talk about how I write characters, how I write main characters specifically. I mean, side characters, their past and backstories are, you know, important as important as you make it, but mainly like when you're writing main characters, or if you have multiple main characters like I do in my books, or in my book, I don't have multiple books, or like I do in my book, I don't want them to sound too alike. A lot of times it's very easier for characters to sound similar to each other, or to kind of, you're not really super able to tell them apart, or anything like that. So this is just kind of helps me to really write and define a character, to be like, oh, like somebody can say something and you're like, oh, it's that character who's speaking, without even having to look at like the ending, like said paper towel or said water bottle or whatever. Sorry, that's just what's on my desk, so that's what we went with. Yeah, so it's kind of like really to help define characters and things like that. Also guys, I did my makeup today. I don't know if you guys care, but I'm trying to learn how to do that better. So yeah, anyway, so this is just a kind of list that I made. I'm gonna be looking down a lot because it's on my phone, but this is just a little list that I made, the things that I kind of keep in mind as I'm creating a character or throughout me writing the character. Number one is to give them contradictions, or is to just basically give them kind of like have like a kind of like conflict, you know, in like an internal conflict. Like they want friends, but they're scared of not being able to trust them, or not being able to be able to keep them, or things like that. They're not able to trust themselves or anything. So that's just kind of a back and forth, an internal struggle. A lot of times we always try to write this perfect main character who knows what he or she wants, knows what their goals are, and what they're going to go, how they're going to achieve those goals. But that's not reality. That's not like how we are in real life. So I think that having those different types of like internal conflicts and contradictions that's going through the character's mind throughout the story really helps define them as like who they are and as like a character and things like that. So I think that that's very important, and to always just keep in mind to just add some, and you don't have to add them per se, but keep that in mind if you're drafting or just trying to come up with a character or anything like that. Number two is basically goes back to what I said before: let them make mistakes. No one is perfect, and no one wants to watch a perfect person. No one wants to read about a perfect character, because how could you possibly connect to that character? How would that character progress through the story? If you create a perfect character in chapter 1, how will they grow and become an entirely different character in chapter 55 or towards the end of the book? How would that change? How would they change if they're already perfect? Like, so it's important to give them flaws, because again, in reality, we have flaws. And I think that giving them flaws really just, again, makes them relatable, makes the reader want to keep reading. How are they going to overcome those flaws? How are they going to overcome whatever self-doubts or anything like that? I think it's just super helpful, and it really just helps to keep the reader intrigued, like in the character, keep them immersed in the book, and want them to know more about the character as the book progresses. So I think that that's also very, very important in creating a new character. Give them specific fears. So giving them fears helps them to have those obstacles, have them like what's holding them back, what's drawing them back, what's keeping them from achieving the goals that they want to do. A lot of times, if you have like a fantasy book or something like that, they might have all like the power sets or all the tools or all the things, but it's like, okay, so what's stopping this character? If this character has all of these different types of things, what's stopping this character from basically defeating the big bad and getting to the end of the story and, you know, becoming the champion, the hero that we all want to see? Well, a lot of times having internal fears and having more internal conflict is actually more detrimental to a character than having those outside conflicts. A lot of times our self-doubt is just what holds us back in real life too. So I think that having them have those specific fears, oh, this person, their mother got by a spider when they were younger or something, and now the big bad is using that fear to manipulate spiders and they're unable to, do you get where I'm going, if that makes sense? Having them have like those specific fears and those specific like self-doubts and things that kind of hold them back, it really just helps in, again, aiding in watching them grow throughout the story progression and towards the end of the book. And watching them overcome those obstacles really does also set the tone for who they are as a character and a defining character and, a main character as well. It makes them easier to read, and I don't know why I say watch, but it feels like you're watching a book, but it makes them easier to just come back to and relate to and read. Use small habits. This is something that is kind of a cutesy little ad. You don't have to add this, but I definitely think that adding it really kind of defines a character, especially if you have a lot of main characters. Having them have like, maybe if something's kind of getting to them, whatever, they like blink profusely or something, like, I don't know how that looks, but hopefully that looks good. Or they might do have a snapping thing where they're just like, I don't know, it's just small habits. They might click their teeth, they might suck their teeth, they might have like a little jinx or something that they do. It doesn't have to be something super big or defining, but just a little thing that kind of, again, sets them apart. They might have a journal that they journal in. They might always keep a light on at night, and that can allude to something else that happened in their past and that affects their now and their future. So it's just like those little habits, again, really just kind of sets the tone for who they are as a character and the difference in this character and that character, and kind of defining those things. So I think that's a very cutesy little thing you can add. That's nothing that's you have to add, but it's definitely something that wouldn't hurt, and that's kind of cute, like giving character here and there like a cute little habit or a click or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so I think that's cute. So give them a past that kind of defines their choices. You want the character to make sense. I know a lot of times in my writing I might be like, I might catch myself writing, I'm like, wait a second, she wouldn't do this because she's already been through this, so why would that make her do that, So it's kind of like, if they have already kind of grown up with this type of mindset or in this environment, then they probably would not do certain things. If someone has grown up in a busy city or grown up just around a lot of people in a very compact city, everything's moving fast all the time, they're probably not gonna just abruptly cross the street to meet back up with their love of their life, they're probably not gonna dramatically cross the street and get hit by a car to meet the love of their life or whatever. And that's just because they know that they've already lived in like a big city. They kind of in them to just wait or look both ways or press the button or something like that. Giving them that past, that really helps define their choices. Also just really helps to build the character, because then as a reader you can be like, I don't know if that character would do that, or like, oh, it makes sense for that character to do that because he or she came from this place and so, and that makes sense for why they made the decision that they made. Letting them want two things at once, that kind of goes back to the whole internal conflict thing. I think a lot of what I'm saying is just about internal conflict, basically not being a perfect person, basically allowing them to want two things at once, allowing them to have contradictions. It's very easy for people to just, again, write to that, wanting them to be like the perfect character. They're strong, they're fast, they're smart, they're wise, everything like that. But it's kind of like, oh, like this character is going after this this boy that she likes, and she thinks that he's just like the most handsomest, beautiful like boy in the entire world. But she's also scared for him to maybe see the real her, or just like see any of those qualities that she's not used to showing people or things like that. So it's kind of like again an eternal conflict, wanting two things at once, wanting to be someone or do something, but also having something inside that's holding you back from that. Most of the time, like I said, it's all about giving that character defining traits, making sure that their name is just not a name that pops up on the page. You don't want to just read, oh, Sarah likes flowers. Well, why does Sarah like flowers? Is there a reason? And sometimes things are just surface level. Sometimes you don't have to write to that. But a lot of times you don't want Sarah's to just be, oh, she likes flowers. You want, oh, she likes flowers because every single day her dad was poor and all he could afford was to pick a flower at his job and bring it back home to her. Something like that. I don't know. But it's just like something that really just defines a character and gives them more than just being a name on the page. Those are just some tips or tricks that I use. Again, you don't have to use any of these. This can go in one ear and then go out the next. It's totally fine. Like, this is just what I do. You guys can do it if you want. This is just how I write, you know, a character and things like that. I hope you guys enjoyed this nice, cute little video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Comment if you made it to the end of the video with the cute little white heart. I hope you enjoyed, and I will be seeing you guys later. Bye bye.